high-impact windows and doors to our innovative storm catcher screens, products that enhance the beauty of your home and keep your family safe. Because smart is complete hurricane protection, and smart is peace of mind. Call Storm Smart today for your free in-home consultation.
When your power goes out, remember just how inconvenient your life can be. No lights, no refrigeration, no heating or cooling, no electronics. But with the Generac Home Standby Generator, you'll have power when you need it. Our Generac generators automatically provide backup power after sensing a power outage, so your life goes on uninterrupted. Get a free 10-year warranty with the purchase of any air-cooled generator. Call Generac Generators today. Generac Generators. Life is primitive without power.
Streaming from the Tampa Bay 28 Weather Center in Studio A, this is Dennis Phillips Live. Brought to you by Storm Smart. Protect every opening of your home. And Generac Generators. Life is primitive without power.
All right, everybody, meteorologist Greg D here. We are live on DPL tonight. Social, app, website, streaming, but no spot tonight. In fact, we will not be on the TV tonight, tomorrow, or Thursday. We return to the spot on Friday, kind of a weird week. So no breaks to keep track of. By the way, Facebook is still probably going to be an issue at some point. So those of you in the chat, get your comments in quick, because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get you later. Here's the backup plan. I'm going to say this right off the top. If the Facebook feed freezes, the advice I was given is to not touch it. It might reconnect. We're using a software here called Restream, which is just not working well with what we're doing here. I'm going to go live from my laptop on my personal Facebook page so I can continue to see some comments. Obviously, those of you on Dennis's page will not see that. I have no control with just my laptop over Dennis's page. So we can only do one live stream at a time from that, and that's going to be from my Facebook page. So just kind of bear with me if you don't know what my Facebook page is. Greg D Weather is what you search for. In fact, I should probably pull that up so you guys can see. So it is Greg D Weather. This is how you follow me. This is how you get in touch with me. Email me, Instagram, all of that. You'll see it there if we do lose touch tonight, which I expect we will at some point, because it did not go well. We got about 17 minutes in yesterday, and things just blocked up. I'm not sure what it is. We don't know what it is. There's nothing on our end that is not working. This is not a high-end video stream either, so it should be working, but the Restream software is having some sort of issue on the back end. So we'll kind of figure it out. All right, so who is here? Let's give out the shout outs. I got to say, Julie was the first one. Julie, you win today. Saying good evening, Greg and Peeps early on. Lisha's here. Mary's here. What about that? What about that sunset? Y'all, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Let's just get right into it. Let's just get into the good stuff. I mean, this is Mulberry. This was from Nancy. What a shot, Nancy. This was just absolutely incredible. And of course, this was actually precipitated. Is that the word? Precipitated by what I saw on the Rivergate cam. And I posted this, by the way, for those of you that are not kind of in the cool club yet, you know how sometimes all our pages, Dennis's, mine, Allie's, Jason, have the same post, same wording. We post for each other, okay? So if you saw something post on Dennis's page after 3 o'clock this afternoon, that was me. We can do that with our weather computer. We can send out graphics to all the pages all at once. We do that for each other so that our pages are updated all the time, even when we're on vacation. Hopefully that's where Dennis is, enjoying a nice break and a nice vacation right now. I'm hopefully not watching DPL. Go be with your family. As we look at this sunset, it was gorgeous. And what I love is that you guys jumped right in. Debbie, racetrack in Hillsborough. I mean, this is just the color in this sky. So what got us to this, I can't believe we're doing this so early. We're going to have to get sciencey. We're going to have to get sciencey about this. Okay, so here's what's happening. Sciencey. Let's talk about clouds, sun rays. I don't know how to rhyme this. This is so cricket. This is horrible. Oh, it's opposite, man. I can't figure this out. Okay, so what's happening here is we had a layer of alto stratus clouds. Alto stratus clouds are stratus clouds which are typically low and would block the sunset, but these were high, creating a space between the clouds and the horizon that the sun could slip into, and then the sun, as it dipped below the horizon, is able to shoot up, illuminate the clouds from the bottom. And these clouds have a lot of texture. So what you saw with these sun rays is this accentuated texture. Man, I'm really getting verbal here. This is some dirty weather talk. This accentuated texture at the bottom of these alto stratus clouds, which was just spectacular. This is Ming Byrne from Clearwater. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at this view from Riverview. Carol, I mean, this almost overwhelmed her camera. It was so bright. That's just incredible, incredible view there. This one from Largo, Deanna, absolutely incredible shot here. As you see it there, the palm in the foreground. I mean, that is just classic Florida. Another one from Ming. This is the shot, right? You zoom in, you really get to see that texture. It is just incredible. Just incredible what we saw here. I mean, it looks like it looks almost, what's the word? Impressionist? No, not impressionist. What's the art style? Somebody help me here, where it's just kind of blocks of color and pattern, but there is nothing really particularly specific that is painted. Get in the chat. What am I thinking of? What kind of like a Picasso almost, right? I forget what the term for that is. I'm sure there's an artiste somewhere in the group that can help me out here tonight, but that is absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. Ooh, I like this one. The way the sun was shining through these clouds, these alto stratus clouds, that is pretty incredible. Absolutely unbelievable. This is from Karen's Selman Expressway around 4:30. That is absolutely beautiful. Lisa, I'm not sure where this is, but it is gorgeous. The oranges, the colors really popping. Jen McFarland, yes, hitting it out of the park with this one. Absolutely gorgeous. A reflection in the water. Another one, Michael. Michael was telling me earlier he's still in shorts and a t-shirt today, even though it was so cold. Look at the pattern there in those clouds. Just abstract. That's what it is. Thank you, Judith. An abstract painting. That's exactly what it is. And this one, Equine, absolutely incredible. And there's more. I mean, there was more. There's another post that I made earlier. This one, you guys I think are adding to it as we're going now. Just incredible photos. Debbie got in on it. Charlotte, look at that. Man, I think it's the timing too, right? I think the sunset happened when a lot of us were still out, right? Early evening sunsets, that 5 to 6 o'clock hour, it's kind of key to getting good weather photos because a lot of us are out on the road. Let's take this off for a minute. We're back to regular weather talk here, where you're just out in the car, you're a passenger commuting, maybe the kids are with you and they can snap a photo. I love it. Listen, I'm a sucker for a good palm silhouette. Who is this? This is Helen from Carrollwood. I mean, that's like a wallpaper for your phone or your computer right there. That is just absolutely incredible. Beautiful shot. The colors on some of these in Seminole, Wanda Pakiewicz. I know this one. Or, yeah, Pakiewicz. I'm Polish, so I should be able to read that. Very, very cool. And then, oh man, a little car in the foreground. That's very Florida style. That's a Florida photo. That's from Jessica. She's a beaut, Clark. Good caption too. Reflection in the hood. I love it. Man, so many good ones. Alice, hey, Alice. I have not heard from Alice in a long time. We used to chat through email all the time. She lives up in Zephyr Hills. Gorgeous view there from her community. Absolutely beautiful. You know, sometimes when you wait a little bit longer, talk about a commute shot right there. That's all Florida right here from El Chadahaina. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but that's my attempt at it. Beautiful shot there. Cars in the foreground. Oh man, the way these clouds just line up. That was just gorgeous. So many. If you guys had a chance, visit the Facebook page, Hernando Beach. Rudolph Wise. I don't know if you guys follow this guy. He's in Hernando Beach. does some drone photography I sometimes feature on my Facebook page. Today he was out with his phone and just getting video and just absolutely gorgeous there. He's got quite the view in Hernando Beach, water view in the back, and that is just all Florida. You can see the way that light spreads at the bottom of those altostratus clouds. Just absolutely beautiful. So what a great end to the day, right? And the sunrise, yeah, thank you, Ryan, for actually reminding me, because it all started earlier today. This was the most popular one on my Facebook page. This one from Linda in Lutz. This was the sunrise this morning, y'all. I mean, it was gorgeous. It's as if the day started and ended in the same way. We bookended it with beautiful sunrises and sunsets. Just really makes you appreciate being here in Florida and the ability to, even on a cold day, to go out there and actually enjoy it and see it and capture it, and not be afraid of getting frostbite or your phone shutting down because it's too cold. I don't know if that's a thing. I'm sure it is at a certain temperature, your camera not working. So just amazing images and an amazing day. We've got one more left in 2025. Of course, we're going to be talking about cold here coming up. I don't want to show those temperatures just yet. But yeah, it's going to be cold tomorrow. We got the coldest of the week, the month. December hasn't been that cold. I had to look through the numbers. I couldn't believe it, you guys. This is the first time we'll be in the 30s in Tampa this month. That's unusual. You know, December, January, February, you kind of expect every couple of weeks to see some 30s, right? To get a little cold front to move through. We're used to that. But we kind of talked about this being a La Nina winter. You're just not going to get a ton of that. You're just not going to get a whole lot of cold, and when you do, it's not going to be as intense as it typically is, and it's going to be shorter lived, and I think that's the distance. So that's how you connect with me there at Greg D. Weather. Love you guys on the Facebook page. That page has really grown in the last year. I think I tripled my following in the last year, which I'm really happy to see so many folks coming over. Starting to cover a little bit more national weather on that page, too, to kind of bring in more folks. And I've realized that a lot of us here in Florida are really interested in weather in other parts of the country, right? Because a lot of us are transplants, so we have friends, we have family, we have second homes or primary homes in some cases that are up toward the north. So you want to know if it's snowing in Syracuse or Boston or Detroit or Cleveland or Columbus or Dayton, right? You want to know that, Chicago, because you're down here for the winter, but you want to know what's going on back at home, friends and family. So I try to cover a lot more too. Yeah, Julie says this is not as intense. Incredible to say that, Julie, but it's not as intense as it could be. And that's because what I'm kind of referring to is that it wasn't record breaking. So notice the record for the date is 23. So if we were talking about record cold, we would be talking about temperatures in Tampa in the 20s. The next couple of nights. But we're nowhere near that. I mean, we're talking about maybe Tampa getting down to 40 or 39 degrees. So that's cold, and it's colder than we've been, but it's nowhere near any kind of record cold. That's why you kind of have to be very careful with the wording on this. I don't want to over dramatize this. This is not major cold for Florida, but it is cold. So yes, here we go. No socks. Fun socks today. Actually, I do. I have fun socks and I've got footwear. So first the socks. Look at these. Look at these beauties. So I found these in the sock box. I have a sock box in the closet. And I was wondering, why are these pink? So this is the American Lung Association Gulf Coast Bike Trek. So it's something that I actually emceed last year, earlier in the year, very early in the year. I believe it was early spring or winter. The American Lung Association. It's a trek, a bike trek that they're doing, and I got these socks from it. Really, really cool. If you guys noticed, I had a pink tie on during the newscast. That's the connection. I was matching the tie with the feet. And yes, hold on. My legs are spending way too much time above the Weather Center desk during this show. I don't know why. I did bring, I did not wear these during the newscast today, but there are Crocs with the fur, folks. So I don't know if you guys know me, though there's fur inside. I have talked all kinds of smack about Crocs, and I agree with the airport. They are not allowed at the airport. TSA should not allow you to enter the gates if you are wearing Crocs. They are ugly, ugly, horrible shoes. But I do agree that they do have a certain comfort level that is inescapable. And the reason I got these is because we were in Hilton Head over Christmas, and Vinny and I wanted to get out for a day, and we went out to the outlets on Hilton Head, and the Crocs outlet was there, and they were offering a BOGO on Crocs. So here I was buying Crocs for a BOGO. And by the way, I mean, I can't show you because it's too far away, but each Croc purchase came with a free box of charms. So you got like $10 worth of charms with them. So mine is a Bart Simpson, a Pokemon, kind of cool on this one. And then there's the Ghostbusters Ghost, Duff beer. Can somebody please explain what Duff beer is? I'm just not very like versed in like pop culture stuff. I don't know where Duff beer comes from, but I really like this charm. And then there's like I don't know this superhero character. I'll post a picture on my Facebook page so you guys can help identify it. But these Crocs with the fur with adjustable straps, Velcro, that's a feature. Pretty cool. And I got two others. I got some slides, which were really comfortable, and some other Crocs that don't take charms. They're more like, they're like hiking Crocs. Very, very cool. One of those were free. Yeah, you know, they're still ugly. Duff is from The Simpsons. Okay, Chloe, thank you. I watched some of The Simpsons, but not like a lot. My last exposure to The Simpsons, I play Fortnite. That's my release during the day. And they had a Simpsons season last month. And so I had a lot of Simpson exposure from that. All right. A lot of you are talking. Simpson is Duff beer. Robert, thank you. Homer Simpson's beer. Thank you very much. Hello from Texas, Dave. Where in Texas? Dave Lindquist. Name sounds familiar. Are you from my page? What page are you from? That sounds familiar. Maria says, nice. What about, I know you guys we weren't on the full screen, so I want to show the socks again because I'm very proud. Yellow and pink, very, very nice. All right, talking about temperatures this weekend. All right, okay, all right. Chloe wants to talk about the weather, y'all. We're 16 minutes into a weather show, and we have really yet to cover the weather. Now, we did talk about the sunset and the sunrise, so I guess that's making progress. So let's talk about the weather because there is stuff to talk about here today. So let's kind of get through what's happening across the country, and then we're kind of going to zero in on our forecast, and especially the weekend, right? So a lot of you have the rest of the week off. So in terms of the stuff that's happening around the country, by the way, another storm system moving into the west. This is going to be an issue for California, more rain, mountain snow, that kind of deal. The Northeast is recovering, but it's not there yet. I don't have any pictures to show you, but if you had a chance, I saw some video from a storm chaser in Marquette, Michigan. So that's in the UP. And I mean, it looked like a tornado went through. They had sustained 60 to 70 mile an hour wind gusts. And there were trees down everywhere, and then 2 feet of snow. He remarks that he has not seen a blizzard cause this much tree damage across an area like it did in the UP. And that's not just the UP. That's all of Michigan. That's Ontario. That's Western New York, Western Pennsylvania. All those places really got hit by this storm. It is exiting and weakening. We still have clouds in our area here locally, but these clouds will be clearing. And it's not until these clouds move away. So you got to look at it here. The back edge of the clouds is up toward Ingalls, southern Levy County. So once that clears out and heads south, the clearing starts to head south. That's when we really start to get cold here in the area. In terms of the Northeast, I wanted to show you this. There's another disturbance coming in, and check this out. Tomorrow afternoon, snow returns to Toronto, Syracuse, Buffalo, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Erie. So western PA, New York, portions of Ohio, northeastern Ohio, Ontario, and then that system, look at the timing. This is midnight. Are you kidding me? Could we be seeing snow falling in Hartford, New Haven, Boston at midnight? New York City? I mean, this model is showing a burst of snow in Manhattan at midnight tomorrow. How about that? That would be amazing. I know that's happened before, right? I mean, snow in January in New York is not unusual, but that would be something I would watch. The New Year's show that comes up tomorrow, by the way, our 11 o'clock newscast is at 10 tomorrow. And then starting at 10:30, ABC is going to take you into 2026 with Dick Clark's New Year's special. And, of course, I'll be watching very closely because there may be snow. So that system then moves through the Northeast. They clear out. Still causing some travel delays across the Northeast. It is not as bad as it used to be, as it was yesterday, but it is definitely getting better, much, much better. And then as we look at the rest of the country, you see it's really all out to the west. That big next storm system comes into L.A., portions of all of California. Starting tomorrow afternoon and evening, just rain. Rain into Vegas. That's going to cause some flooding. Mountain snow. I'm very curious. I'm going back to the weather conference I went to last year called Operation Sierra Storm. It is in Lake Tahoe, January 10th, 11th, and 12th. Very short. It's a couple of days. But last year they had a shortage of snow. This year I expect something completely different. I cannot wait to show you what it looks like. I'll be doing taped reports from Lake Tahoe and some of the information that I'm learning there. You'll see that on the morning show and on our streaming channel when I go to that conference after the new year. So take a look at our temperatures. This is going to be wind, chill, and air temperatures for tomorrow morning. These are the numbers I'm concerned about. Tampa 39, but it's going to feel like the 30s. And that's why we have got those freeze advisories up. Remember, it's a freeze warning for Citrus, Hernando, and Pasco County. Absolutely cover the plants. Someone asked me, well, how do I know if I need to drip my faucet? There's really no way to tell. Now, being from the cold, I can tell you that even with exposed pipes, a temperature of 29 or 30 is probably not going to burst your pipes. It could, but the chance of that is low. You really need to go below 28 to see that. But if you've got exposed piping, if your house is elevated on cinder blocks and there's a gap between the ground and your house, cold air can get in there and there's piping probably that runs underneath your house. Probably want to drip the faucet. Any pipes that go outside of your home, along the outside of your home and then go inside, drip the faucets. But I don't think it's going to be absolutely that cold. As we go into tonight. I think 28 to 30 degrees at the most is what we're going to see. For the rest of us, that blue color, that just means, hey, Florida, it's cold. I don't think it's going to be freezing cold, but it just means a temperature above freezing with a wind chill in the 20s. Here is what one of our computer models is predicting. And I'm going to show you this full screen so you guys could really see, because I think this is important. You probably are interested to see how cold your community might get. So below freezing, no surprise, up across the Nature Coast, Citrus, Hernando County. But then you get up. Now, this is really interesting. Now, this is some of the lowest I've seen. This is not something I've seen in many other models, but this model, our high-resolution model, is showing some low 30s east of 75 and south of I-4. So you look at Wauchula, Arcadia, Sebring, Avon Park, low 30s. I know you're not under a freeze warning, but if you've got some plants that are just potted and you can easily slide that at least on your porch, close to an exterior wall, or into the garage or into the house, I would do it. Polk, Hardy, DeSoto, and Highlands County, because that's pretty close. Now, what is not going to happen is we're not going to see frost. And I was kind of explaining that every time I got a chance this evening. The reason is we're not going to get a frost is that the winds tomorrow morning should stay up in most places. And as long as the air is moving, you do not get frost forming. Frost requires calm winds. So if we just see the slightest breeze, which I know is not ideal because it doesn't feel good, there's a wind chill with it. If we can at least get a breeze to stick around, we're not going to get frost. If we had calm winds tonight, Hillsborough, Polk, Hardy, DeSoto, Highlands, Manatee, Sarasota would all be under frost advisories. Michael's saying, yeah, falling iguana warning for Florida. Yeah, I love all the falling iguana maps that all these people are posting and all these crazy weather pages are posting. Also realizing that I don't think most people realize that the iguana population is mainly confined to small parts of the state. I have seen one iguana out in my time here in Tampa in 9 years. One. It was in a parking lot in Town and Country, so I don't know if it was released or it was natural. I certainly do not see iguanas, and I know you guys tell me, do you see iguanas that often in the wild as much as I see them in Southwest Florida or especially South Florida? Like if you go to Fort Lauderdale, right, Hollywood, Miami, you see them everywhere. But here, yeah, there have been sightings and spottings, but I don't think there's that many out there, right? I mean, I just don't think so. Anything below 45 can cause damage to sensitive plants. That's a good point, Charlotte. So even those of you that are not under warnings, if you've got, especially I guess those tropicals, right? Those are the ones you want to bring those in. So what about the weekend and what about the temperatures as we head into the weekend? Let's focus on that 7-day forecast. Finally getting to the question about Orlando. So you can basically, this is also an Orlando forecast. There's not that much difference between Tampa and Orlando. The weather in terms of temperature is the same. So I don't think temperatures are going to be a problem this weekend. They're going to be in the 70s in Orlando. Here's the deal. There is going to be rain. And I don't think it's a huge deal in terms of plans, but I do think there will be some issues. And I'm just looking at the kickoff forecast for the Bucks. It's 4:30. Oh, 4:30 on Saturday. I hope Dennis, I'm sure Dennis has his login saved for yeah, he's already logged in here. Let's look at some models here for the weekend, because this is starting to be an interesting forecast. So we're going to put up weather models. This is what we subscribe to. We're going to pull up the Euro. We're going to look at the Southeast. Actually, you know what? Let's just get into Florida. Let's just get right into Florida. Let's pull up the rain and see what the Euro is showing for Saturday, because this has been pretty consistent. So we're going to run through this. Look at this. This is Saturday midday. Still mostly dry. You guys want this full screen so you can see it better? I know this might be kind of important for some of you. Let's pull it up full screen. We got a few minutes left of the show. 57:58 is when we're out. 2 minutes. So there's Saturday midday. There's Saturday evening, rain starting in Tampa, and then it continues Saturday night. So it looks like if it's not raining during the Bucks game at kickoff, rain is going to be a factor for this game on Saturday at Ray J. Now, looking at this, it does look kind of scattered, like the intensity will vary throughout the game, but it looks like waves of showers rolling through. And I know we want to see this, right? I mean, this is the most substantial we've seen in terms of rainfall in a long time. Now, the amounts, I think it's a little too early to really kind of rely on the model and try to figure out. I'm trying to find if this close-up view, it does. It does have the total precipitation forecast. So I don't think the amounts, well, y'all, it's going about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. That could be interesting, especially along the coast. 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rain. Saturday, got the Bucks kicking off at 4:30. I don't know. Hey, TJ. TJ found me. TJ's my friend from Ybor. Found me on the DPL. Yes, this is madness. I don't know how the time has already gone. It is already 57. We are ending in a minute, y'all. And we have already gone through an entire DPL. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Remember, we are on the streaming the next 3 days. So you'll see me on the Facebook page, Dennis' Facebook page, and his Instagram and YouTube. But we're not going to be on the spot until Friday. So here we go. Plan for rain Saturday night and Saturday afternoon. I think Saturday morning and midday plans for most look okay, except maybe the Nature Coast. But then later on Saturday. Oh, and by the way, we got to show you this. If you're bringing in the new year, of course, Wednesday night into Thursday, dress warm. I expect most of us to be in the 40s at midnight tomorrow night, 12:01 Thursday morning. So you are definitely going to need to bundle up. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me tonight on DPL. Have a great night. I will see you back here for the new year tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.